guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to Steal the Spotlight. Today I have a trend guide sort of thing for you. I love filming these, but I want you to know that I'm also a huge advocate for wearing whatever you want, regardless of whether it's in trend at the moment, which I'm sure you can probably tell by my ensemble here today. I literally look like a member of the Spice Girls. I'm like, if Posh and Scary had a baby, this is the outfit it would wear, but I am totally okay with that. It's just that on the other hand, I love exploring trends as well. I think there's always a way to tweak them and add them into your own personal style if you want to, obviously. So I've just gathered a few of my favorites here today, but I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me know which trends you're loving as well. Okay, so first up, I thought we would start with more of a familiar trend, which is chokers. And these have been around forever, ever since that 90s resurrection started a few years ago now. And the one I'm wearing at the moment is definitely not a good example. It's just a plain old black skinny scarf. But this season, we are going to be amping it up a level, and it's all about the statement choker. There's going to be heaps of floral, embellished, and ruffle ones, kind of inspired by the Gucci collections. There's also some more edgy ones with a lot of silver hardware. But my personal favorite is the diamond choker. I feel like this is the perfect combination of like a really tacky early 2000s Paris Hilton look and then like a glam AF Desi Perkins as well. It's like the perfect middle ground and I am living for it. I think this is going to be an absolute staple come Christmas holiday party time. The next trend is another one of those ones that's kind of undergoing a style evolution, I guess, and that is the one shoulder trend. This obviously stemmed from the off the shoulder look that we have been seeing literally all year, but the designers have been leaning more towards the one shoulder look for a little while now. I feel like the thing that's really tipped it over the edge is all of those cool sort of brands that are doing the button-up shirts kind of crooked and then having one shoulder exposed. Obviously, this is a pretty bold look and not going to be for everyone, so the high street sort of market has taken it and made it a little bit more wearable. There's some really cute like sweaters or blouses that you can get with just one shoulder, which I think do the trick as well. Probably my favorite trend of the bunch is deconstructed denim. And denim is something I've been a huge fan of for a very long time. I wear it all year round, but this season in particular, there's just so many trends revolving around it. So I figured I'd just bunch them all together and shove them under deconstructed. But this includes like two-tone denim, uneven hemlines, fraying and distressing. There is just so much going on in the world of denim. So let me know if you would like a whole DIY video dedicated to it, because that's one of the best things about this trend is you can do it for cheap on a budget because you can just style up your old jeans that you already have. But if you're not a DIY person, then you can still get some pretty reasonable options. ASOS have so many to choose from, and if you're using that shop tagger extension I mentioned a couple of videos ago, then you can probably get them for a pretty good price as well. Next up is a trend that at first I wasn't really into, but now I'm loving, and that is fishnets. These are being styled in quite a few different ways that are really quite unique compared to what you would usually expect a classic fishnet to be styled like, if you know what I mean. One way that I think is really cool is when they have the fishnets pulled up quite high-waisted and they peak up above like your jeans or pants waistline. Personally, not brave enough to try it yet, but people who have the confidence to rock it, it looks awesome. Other ways that are a little bit more subtle is to wear them under your jeans so they peek through wherever you have like distressed holes, which is a really cool touch. And one way that you guys saw me wear it in like my Converse styling video, I think it was as little socks, and I think that that is a really nice subtle touch as well. One trend that is not necessarily the most practical but still very stylish is the exaggerated sleeves. And I feel like this has been hanging around for like a year, but it's really starting to pick up speed now, maybe because the Northern Hemisphere is finally going into fall, winter, which I think is the right time to be rocking this sort of trend, especially with all the streetwear designers coming out with kind of like the cropped hoodie with the extra long sleeves. Those sweatshirts look so amazing. I wish I had the money to splurge on a really cool one, but it's just not practical for me living in such a hot climate. But it's all good. There's lots of other ways you can have a take on this trend. It doesn't just have to be at the end of the sleeve, it could be all the way up with embellishment, ruffles, all that good stuff. My personal favorite though is the top that you saw a couple of videos ago, which has that flare sleeve at the bottom. So it's tight all the way to the wrist and then flows out. I think this is such a cool piece and you can style it so many different ways. It looks great on its own, but if it's cooler, you can throw on a jacket over the top, and just having that long sleeve poke out the bottom looks so amazing. This next one is not groundbreaking by any means, but it is one of my personal favorites, so I still wanted to mention it, and that is just layering. Obviously, this is a classic for the fall, but I feel like the turtleneck under literally anything is such a huge trend that is still going strong. And one way to amp it up is just to add in a mix of textures. So I recently picked up a velvet turtleneck, which I feel like just adds a different dynamic to that layering effect. And obviously velvet is a huge trend on its own as well. I'm not featuring it in this video, but coming up really soon, it might even be my next video, I'm gonna do a whole velvet lookbook, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. Last but not least, we have statement boots. In particular, my favorite way is the embroidered style. Obviously, embroidery was huge, whether it was boots, clothing, accessories, everything on the runways, but I feel like we're really picking up and running with the statement boot trend, just because it's such an easy way to add in a little bit of fun into your outfit, especially for those of you in winter. If you're wearing like an all black ensemble, a fun boot really just spices up your outfit. My favorite pick is a really affordable one from Public Desire. They have a few different embroidered ones, but obviously they have tons of boots on there. And the ones I have are the Cherry Blossom. I think that they're not too over the top, so they're still fairly easy to style. So I think in the end that came to 7 of my favorite trends. That seems like a pretty good number. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and got a little bit of inspo. If you did, feel free to give it a big thumbs up for me and let me know in the comments which trends are your favorite, whether it's one that I mentioned in this video or something else that you have seen as well. I would love to hear from you, or see you over on my Instagram at Steal the Spotlight. But otherwise, I'll just see you in my next video on Thursday. Thanks for watching, guys. Mwah.